Today we are going to shine some light on a topic that affects all of us: ultraviolet radiation, or UV radiation. You've probably heard about it in relation to the sun, sunscreen, and maybe even tanning beds. But what exactly is UV radiation and why should we care about it? Let's dive in and make this complex subject simple and easy to understand. This is MedScience Simplified. I'm Dr. Zikky. I am a board-certified radiologist. You might be wondering, why is a radiologist talking about UV radiation? Well, our expertise in radiation extends beyond the hospital. It includes understanding ultraviolet or UV radiation and how it affects our skin. With our wide-ranging knowledge in medicine, detailed awareness of the human anatomy, and specialized skills in diagnosing through imaging, we offer a unique and comprehensive viewpoint on the sun and the risk of UV exposure. This allows us to contribute a valuable insight into protecting your skin and overall health. First things first, UV radiation or ultraviolet radiation is a type of energy that comes from the sun and also from some man-made sources like tanning beds. It's part of the electromagnetic spectrum, which includes all sorts of radiation, from radio waves that bring music to your cars and gamma rays that, superheroes are made of. UV radiation sits right in the middle of this electromagnetic spectrum, more energetic than visible light, but not as much as X-rays. Types of UV radiation. Now, ultraviolet or UV radiation isn't all the same. It comes in three main flavors: UVA, UVB, and UVC. Imagine them as a trio of siblings, each with their own personality. UVA is the milder one, causing skin to age and playing a role in some skin cancers. UVB is a bit more intense. It's the one that gives you sunburns, and it's a big player in most skin cancers. And UVC is the most intense, but thankfully our atmosphere, the ozone layer, blocks it from reaching here underground. UVC is also a potent disinfectant used in some UV light to disinfect surface bacteria. So, how do we encounter UV radiation? The sun is the biggest source, even on cloudy days. The amount of UV or ultraviolet radiation we get from the sun can vary. It's strongest in the middle of the day, during the months of summer, closer to the equator, and at higher altitudes when it's reflected off surfaces like snow and water. But it's not just the sun. We can also be exposed to UV rays from man-made sources like tanning beds, which are mostly UVA, and certain types of lighting and welding equipment. And yes, these sources can be harmful too, especially when not used properly. Now the big question: can UV radiation cause cancer? The answer is yes. Exposure to ultraviolet rays, especially from the sun, is a major risk factor for skin cancer, including the most serious kind, melanoma. But it's not just about cancer. UV radiation can also cause sunburns, premature aging of the skin, eye damage, and even affect our immune system. But here's the good news: we can protect ourselves from UV radiation. Staying in the shed, wearing protective clothing, using sunscreens, and avoiding tanning beds are all effective ways to reduce our UV radiation exposure. Subscribe to my channel for notification on my upcoming simplified video on how sunscreen works, if you're interested. How about vitamin D? While our skin does make vitamin D when exposed to UV rays, so we can get this essential nutrient from our diet and supplements, so without the risk that comes with UV radiation exposure. So there you have it, the basic rundown of UV radiation. It's a powerful force of nature that we need to respect and protect ourselves against. Remember, enjoying the sun safely and understanding the risk of UV exposure can help keep our skin healthy and reduce our risk of skin cancer. Thank you for joining me today. Stay sun safe and keep radiating with positivity. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to join the MedScience Simplified community to have more health tips like this.